Welcome to this NCW Life special on this Memorial Day, remembering those who have served. Thank you for your service. Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Boone.
And I'm Pete O'Kane.
You know, on this day, it is very special. There's a lot of barbecues and everything else, but we always have to remember why there is a Memorial Day, Pete, and it's to remember those who gave everything for our country. And I mean, this is the people that have been in the line of duty and have also been past veterans. You yourself, a past veteran.
That's right. I served in the Marine Corps from 2003 to 2007.
You remember on this day people who didn't make it back and didn't come home?
I do, yeah. I remember people who died over in Iraq after I had gotten out, and I remember people who have taken their lives after they got out of service.
Yeah, it's a lot, and their families deal with that loss every single day.
That's right.
And those who are here deal with that loss of their friends who are gone and their buddies and other family members. That's what we're going to be doing during this half hour, is talking to members inside this Veterans Hall here in Wenatchee to get their perspective of remembering those that should never be forgotten. And you've got one great interview to start us off, and I'll just let you go because this conversation is going to be good.
That's right. I'm here with Ron Pauley, Ron Buttercup Pauley. Hi, Ron.
Good morning.
Ron, you served in Vietnam. Could you tell us a little bit about your service?
I was a crew chief over there. I flew 877 combat hours while I was there. Had a variety of pilots. Lost a couple gunners while I was there. Guys that I'll never forget, obviously. But it was I went over a boy, and I believe I came back a man.
How old were you when you went over?
18. And a lot of guys went over 17, 18, 19 years old, and a lot of those guys never come back. Unfortunately, where I was at, Central 2 Corps, we lost a lot of pilots, quite a few pilots, and I took over a ship from a crew chief being passed. They were shot down, and I took over his position. I was in maintenance at the time, so emotional.
So every year when Memorial Day comes around, what is it that you think about?
Well, excuse me. I think about all the guys that passed. Guys from the company I was with. And I'm truly blessed. I come home, got married, had kids, had grandkids, had great-grandkids. Those that passed never got that opportunity. So that's what I think about. I think about how I try to live my life for them while living my own life, obviously. Sorry. I think about the hardships that we had over there, but I mostly think about the guys that are gone now. Pilots, crew chiefs, gunners, all those guys.
All right, thanks, Ron. Thank you for your service. All right, I'm here with Ron Bruno, one of the founders of the Wenatchee Valley Vets Hall. Ron, could you tell me a little bit about your service?
Well, you're telling me to go back a long ways. 1967, November 27th, I enlisted and left for Marine Corps basic training. 1970, after serving a couple tours in Vietnam, I came home, was released from active duty, met my wife, got married, and something was missing from my life. And in my Marine Corps time, I served a lot with the United States Army in Vietnam. Spent a lot of time with them. So I figured out what I was missing was my military time. So I re-enlisted back in the Army in 1973, and I was in the Army in several different capacities until 1981. 1981, I came back to Wenatchee for a visit, and I guess I must have had a blowout or something because I'm still here.
All right, now we're hosting this at the Wenatchee Valley Vets Hall on Wenatchee Avenue. something you helped found a few years ago. Could you kind of explain the process of that and what you guys do for people?
Well, we actually started out, the city had the Old Catholic Church down at 504 South Chelan, and that was also classified as a Veterans Hall. They had a service officer work out of there and a facility that they rented out to numerous organizations, and we were only allowed a day or two a week in that facility. And Bob Ashford and I, we've been combined in joint efforts for many years now. We kept having a Marine Corps League coffee at that time, and we kept having different people come in and say, this is a Veterans Hall, right? But this is a Marine Corps League coffee. And that wasn't going off too well. It was going great for the Marine Corps guys, but we had a lot of guys from other branches of the service, and we had some CBs and medical staff personnel that also wanted to participate. And we said, maybe we better just open this coffee for all branches and just call it a veteran coffee. So we did, and it didn't take long at all, and we basically outgrew that facility, and the city decided to give that facility up for a charter school. And they told us we was going to lose our facility there, and we went to work immediately on trying to find a new location. And we looked at several others, and we looked at this location and thought it would do great for our purpose. We used our imagination a little bit. It was just a big open room, smelled like an ashtray in a beer hall, and we cleaned it all up. And through the donations, which is what we operate by, we were able to get a lot of the material that we needed to build offices, to build this stage that we're sitting on, just to redo everything in general. And before we even had an opportunity to open our doors, we started having people gather here for coffee. They would come down and have coffee while we were building. Some of the help that they gave us was real good lip service, and others, they really chipped in. But as soon as we opened the doors, we started having coffee, started on a Tuesday morning, and it's done nothing but grow and grow and grow. Hopefully you will have the opportunity to scan or show our, what we call our honor board, located on the end of the wall over here. And it shows the mass participation by individuals as well as businesses that participated in this facility, the erection of it, and the continued operation. If it was not for our community, the support that we get, we wouldn't be able to operate and function the way we do. A number of people in the community have come down here, and they have had their funeral services for their beloved family. And if they're a veteran family, there is no cost. We don't charge for veteran use of this facility. The same as myself, I have my credentials through the Disabled American Veterans, and I am a service officer. I can assist them in getting their claims, putting in for different benefits that they may not have even realized they had. So the legitimacy of this facility is fantastic. The support is great. And like I say, with the helping hands of our community, this facility really is rewarding.
It's not just coffee that people are getting out of this. This is sort of a support group in a lot of ways.
Very much so. I mean, the coffee, Jack, our primary coffee maker over there, he does a good job providing that and setting donuts out, but there is no camaraderie like the veteran camaraderie. Somebody can come in here, say 2 words, and look at somebody, and there's a whole book laying right there, because we know each other before we speak. We know what's going on in their mind, why they're here, what different ones of us suffer from. And it's just a whole different atmosphere than anywhere else you can go. It's very rewarding, relaxing. With Memorial Day and the different holidays that come up, we have a deep sense of remembering. With the banners that we hang each November, their medication to the veteran community as they drive by and look at it and know that the community supports them and appreciates them. I mean, I could go on forever.
Well, thanks, Ron. I really appreciate your service and for having us today.
Okay, that's what I do.
Our conversations with those who have served and those who are remembering their friends, their family members who are not here on this Memorial Day. We're talking to Terry. And Terry, what's your last name?
Garcia Hernandez.
And Terry, you were in what installation of the military?
I was in the Army, and I was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas. And I was in from 89 to 92.
On this Memorial Day, is there a particular person or persons that you remember every single Memorial Day?
Yes, I have a couple of great uncles that were in Vietnam and the Korean War. And so I remember them fondly. I also have friends and family members that served during Desert Shield and Desert Storm, which I was in, but I did not deploy, that lost their lives due to IEDs, etc. Lots of friends that came back with different types of illnesses. And for me, Memorial Day is remembering those that served, that continue to serve, and those that have lost their life, serving our country so that way we can have our freedoms.
What was that moment that made you want to step up to be a member of the military? Was there something that triggered you, like, I got to get in there?
For me, it was, I always wanted to join the military. I have a twin sister, and so she tried to go in the military right after high school, but she wasn't able to. She was medically disqualified, and so I was like, well, we're twins, I may not be able to go in as well. So I kind of put it on the back burner. But then I was going to college here in Wenatchee, and I happened to see the recruiter, and he's like, hey, are you still thinking about joining the military? And I said, yes. And so
that was a big yes.
Yes, a big yes. And, I wanted to see the world. And I got to go to so many different places, Germany, Belgium, toured all over. So for me, it was an honor. I'm the only female in my family to ever join the military, and it's quite an honor. And I have 2 sons that are in the military as well.
How can people salute members of the military and their families of those who have passed? What's the best thing someone can do on this Memorial Day or any day?
Volunteer at the cemeteries when they do their flags and ceremonies. Thank a veteran. I know a lot of us, we don't know how to answer, and my son, he's in the Army National Guard, and he's like, thank you for letting me serve. It's kind of like what he says. I really enjoyed my time in the military. It helped me become who I am today.
What an honor to meet you, Terry, and thank you for your service. You got it.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with Doug Button. Doug, could you tell me a little bit about your service, like which branches you served in, what years you were in?
I was in the service, drafted in February of 1968, the U.S. Army, and served a year in Vietnam, July 1968 to July 1969.
And what was your job over there?
Infantry.
What was daily life like?
Well, we were out in the field. We were trained to search for VC, Viet Cong, search for them, weapons, and daily life was pretty horrific. It was tough duty.
So what was it like for you to transition back into civilian life?
When I got out of the service, that would have been December 1969, as a Vietnam vet, we were not appreciated. We were yelled at, we were called all sorts of different names, we were spit on, we were not welcome back at all. It was devastating.
And so every year when Memorial Day comes around, what is it that you're thinking about?
I'm thinking about my years of service. I'm thinking about the individuals that were lost over there. I'm proud of our country. I'm proud of the veterans, all of us that have served in the service. And it's a day of recognition and appreciation.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
Well, yeah.
Norm, what a great honor to meet you, sir. And before we even get to this interview, you're on the wall behind us. That's you with the white hat.
That's me, Marine Corps.
Wow. What year was that?
I joined in 1966. I was in till 1970,
Wow.
but I'm still a Marine.
You're still a Marine. You also, not only you, but your brothers were also in the military as well.
Yes, my older brother Jerry was in the Army. Younger brother Phil was in the Air Force.
And you also have somebody else who was part of a war previous.
Yes, my uncle Jerry was in the Navy and his ship got blown out of the water.
Wow. On this Memorial Day, obviously you mentioned your relative. What does it mean to you, sir?
Memorial Day means so much to me and so many of these other veterans because for us it's almost a healing. The respect that we got coming back from Vietnam was zero. Today, places like Wenatchee and the United States, they've all healed, including us. And so as I look back and I think about World War II, I think about Korea, World War I, all those people need so much respect and so much remembrance. They're the ones that fought so hard to give us the country that we have today.
Yeah, many members obviously did not come back, and that's why this Memorial Day exists. You talk about your family member. Are there other members you think about as this Memorial Day happens today?
Oh yes, people that I was in the Marine Corps with.
It's kind of recurring over and over again, like a bad movie, I guess, to think about the members that are gone.
That used to be a bad memory. Today I look back at what some of those folks went through, the fact that some of them didn't come back, and it gives me a feeling of pride for what they did, what they sacrificed. I'm very proud to be able to know so many of those Marines that most people don't understand that unless they were in the service.
What do you say to folks on this Memorial Day and what they can do to keep saluting, keep remembering that this day is not just barbecues or anything like that? It's a reason why we have Memorial Day.
Well, the thing they need to remember is when they're going through the grocery store or when they're in the parking lot, when they're going to church, someone's wearing that military hat, or maybe they're still in the military. Go up and thank them. Thank them for serving their country. Thank them for everything that they did. I've had the great opportunity to talk to a number of young kids during Veterans Day at different schools. And I encourage those children to go up and say thank you to these people they don't even know. You see them the next year, and they have done that.
Yeah.
These young kids have gone up, and there's Joe, the ex-Army guy, and shake his hand and say thank you for your service. And that means a lot, right here.
Well, we thank you for your service and your brothers and all your family members. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Doug Black. Doug, could you tell me a little bit about your service? Like, which branch were you in and what years did you serve?
I was in the Army from 1989 to 1991, deployed to Desert Storm when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait.
Okay. Like, what was daily life like for you?
While I was in,
Yeah.
typical military, get you 5 days a week. You get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, do PT, and then have your daily stuff, and then be done by whenever they said you're done. So
what was your job while you're out in Desert Storm?
I was my MOS was 19 Delta. I was a cavalry scout on Bradley mechanized vehicles.
So what kind of missions were you guys doing in out there?
Basically, what we did was we went and found the enemy for everyone else. So we would, go out and in our Bradleys and do scouting. And then if we found enemy combatants, then we would relay that information back to the tank brigades or tank battalions or whoever needed to come up and deal with it.
So every Memorial Day when it comes around, what do you think about? What's your day like?
It's just a typical day, but I do think about all the brothers and sisters that we've lost in whatever theater of war they happen to have served in. The people that I knew that we lost during Desert Storm, and then all the people that we've lost in succeeding theaters of war. So just honoring their service, their memories, and what they did for this country to allow us to do what we do every day.
Well, thank you, Doug. Thanks for your service.
All right, thank you.
I'm here with Joe. Joe, your last name?
Cox, COX.
Your installation when you were serving?
Marines, United States Marines from 1994 to 98.
On this Memorial Day, what does it mean to you? Obviously remembering those who are not here, but what else?
To me, Memorial Day is very, very special day to me. It's not just about, unfortunately, the deaths of service members. The history, the service, the duty. There's a lot that goes into just a simple day, but to me, it's we can never forget what they have done in the past, all the way from Revolutionary War to Afghanistan. We can never forget those that have spent their life so that we can enjoy what we do nowadays. So to me, it's much more than just a barbecue weekend. It's a honoring those their sacrifice of what they've done for us.
And Joe, on this day, banners and the banners that are in here mean so much, and you work aggressively to make sure that we keep these up, that they are out there and people always remember.
100%, yeah. And recently we talked at the town hall meeting. My heart really goes out to the veteran community. I think it's very important because of men that are on those banners and women, that it's a representation of our community. It's a chance for somebody to look and see. It's more tangible rather than just talking about it. You could see somebody that did sacrifice their face, and you can have that moment of reflection. Maybe it will inspire a child to eventually serve the nation. So to me, those banners are more than just they're a symbol. They're a symbol of people that came before us, and that we can't forget them.
Joe, thank you, and thank you very much for your service, sir.
Action. All right, I'm here with Terry Ogle. Terry, could you tell me a little bit about your service?
Well, my service is, I joined the reserve when I was a junior in high school here in Wenatchee back in 1961, and graduated in 62, went active 63. In fact, I was in Hong Kong on the USS Hancock when general quarters for Vietnam started, when they had the coup. So we went off the coast of Vietnam for about 30 days, got relieved, came back stateside. I was over a 7-month cruise over there. Yeah, so that's my service. Yeah.
What was life like?
On ship?
Yep.
Well, with 5,000 people, ship's company, you had your daily routines. I was fortunate enough to get on the boat crew. So when we would pull over into a port, I would haul personnel back and forth to land. Yeah, I had a good job. I'd do it again.
So is there anything you miss about it?
The camaraderie with the boys, yeah. You get to know a lot of them, and it's kind of sad, right? Because, I'm up in age now and I've lost a lot of them. Yeah.
So when Memorial Day comes around, what is it that you're thinking about?
The men that we've lost in the service. Yeah, yeah. So that's the main thing. Yeah. Yep. Just good people. Good people.
All right, Terry. Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
This has been an amazing time of hearing these veteran voices and hearing why they serve and who they're remembering on this Memorial Day, Pete.
Yeah, it was great to hear these firsthand accounts of what their service was like.
You know, the biggest thing that I think was really great also to just hear that their emotions have not faded at all.
No, it's also very real.
Yeah, it's like it's still living in their mind. They're still remembering those that are now gone, and I know for anybody, you feel more grateful, and appreciative because these women and men fought for us to be here on this Memorial Day. So we certainly salute them tremendously.
Right. It's easy to forget, but you come down and talk to some of these vets, and you remember pretty quickly.
On this Memorial Day, for those who did not make it back, we salute you and celebrate your lives and celebrate your memory. Thank you for watching this NCW Life News special. Thank you for your service. I'm Rick Boone.
I'm Pete O'Kane.
Happy Memorial Day, everyone, and thank you again.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Vape companies have a history of targeting teens. Now, they've been caught red-handed marketing to minors in Washington state and forced to pay millions in a major lawsuit. When it comes to your health, choose what matters. Choose you. Nicotine in vapes can increase feelings of anxiety and depression. Though quitting isn't always easy, it's a great way to care for your mental health. When you're ready to take control of your well-being, choose the Tomorrow Health app. It's free for Washington teens and proven to work.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.